Good morning, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here. It's a little after 6 in the morning, and we're out on the deck. There's a bunch of wild turkeys up in this area. You can't hear them. They're moving away from us now, but they had been here earlier, and then they had moved along down by the edge of the creek, and then ended up down here by the road for a while, and then they turned around and went back up to the north. Paul's out here having a morning smoke as part of his morning routine as he's getting ready to go to work. I've been up since about 4:30 reading the Wall Street Journal online. That's going to keep me occupied for another hour or so, I guess, and then swing into the day and do some other things here.
So Tom Marshburn has fixed the problem with the flash on his camera. That's good news. He'll be able to take quality photos during night passes during today's spacewalk, now 1 hour 10 minutes in duration. So keep coming. The crew is now preparing for the final preparatory.
Well, we're back, and I'm sitting here watching this spacewalk to repair this ammonia leak. Paul didn't have to go to work till about 8:30 this morning, so it's about 10 o'clock right now. This space stuff just absolutely fascinates me, and I guess it's supposed to go on for about another 4.5, 5 hours. I probably won't watch the entire thing, but who knows? I've done that before on the last couple of that they've done. I just always been very interested in all this space stuff. Okay, well, I'll horse around with this for a while, and then we'll call it a day on that. Well, here it is by 11:30, and they're still spacewalking. So let's see here. I'll cut the sound off. Finally decided to tidy up a bit here. Still watching these guys, screw and unscrew these boxes and hoses and connectors. One thing I learned is that this ammonia, I thought, well, where's the ammonia come from? A tank or a line or something? And apparently these boxes come preloaded with the ammonia. So they're putting a new box on that's got, I guess a new supply of ammonia, and maybe when they get it hooked up, maybe they'll be able to see where the actual leak occurs farther out on one of these arms. So the mystery unfolds. Well, here come the guys in from space. They've been out. They'd been out a little over 5.5 hours, and they just repressurized their airlock, and now they're lumbering in here to the space station proper, and you've got Chris Hadfield and Pavel Vinogradov helping them in, and here's the other Russian. I think his name's Vitaly, and he's standing there. So by the grace of God, they went out and did it and got back in safely, so we can all be grateful. Well, there you see it, guys. The remnants of my trash fire. I went out and decided to burn some trash. out here in our little fireplace on the deck. I haven't done that for a while. You know, it's safe. We just had some delusional rains yesterday and the day before, so it's all wet, and you know, I'm out here pretty much. Well, I'm out here the whole time when it's, you know, really blazing away. Now maybe when it gets a little lower than that, I may go back in, but you know, got to be safe. See, I've got the bricks and the metal sheeting down there, and of course I've got a hose here all hooked up at the ready. So okay, as I had indicated, you know, I spent the day inside watching the spacewalk, and I just went down and checked out the mailbox, and there's no mail yet, although I think it arrived while I was in the midst of this fire stuff. I went down and got another box of wine out of the truck. I'll have to replenish that tomorrow after church. Actually, a fellow that was scheduled to read yesterday, he and his wife took off to their beach house in North Carolina, and so he called me about 2 hours ago and said, "Would you read for me?" I said, "Well, yeah, sure, I'd love to read. I'm glad to do it. You know, have fun, enjoy your week, you know, glad you got down safe and all that." And so I'll be reading tomorrow at the 10:30 service, which I always, you know, well, I'm very humbled and grateful to be able to do that. Now, the one fun thing of the day, other than the successful spacewalk, was in the Wall Street Journal commentary section. There was an article about Russia shipping these S-300 air defense missiles to Syria, and the article kept using the phrase, "Well, the contract's been signed. Russia's got a signed contract, and Russia says they're going to honor this signed contract," and so forth. So I had this flashback to Catch-22 and Milo Minderbinder, who had contracted with the enemy to bomb his own base, which, you know, he did on one of his supply plane runs. And then they made another pass, and they said, "Well, how are you making another pass?" He said, "We have to strafe." And they said, "Strafe?" He says, "It's in the contract. It's in the contract." So a fellow out of Purdue, the student at Purdue, you know, did a little reply and said, how about chocolate covered cotton, you know? And of course I'd forgotten about that, and then he had talked about maybe Major would approve of it, but he couldn't find him because he'd be out of his office. And I went back and I said, "Well, I want my share. Everybody gets a share, you know, give me my share certificate." And then now he came back with the idea that I'm just going to defect to Sweden. Well, the end scene in the book and the movie, of course, is Yossarian getting in this little rubber raft and deciding he's going to row to Sweden. And I said, "Well, maybe they'll let you get a reality TV contract or something, and you don't have to row a rubber raft. You can use one of these powered Zodiacs." And then I said, excuse me, "You can get a commercial tie-in and have the manufacture of these missiles from the Soviet Union, well, not Soviet Union now, Russia, sponsor the show." So I'll be interested to see if he brings anything back later today on that. It's nice to have a lot of fun in the comment section rather than these people who are just, you know, hateful. You a-hole, and you don't know what you're talking about. And, you leftist, you rightist. It's nice to have a little fun and a little gracious fun. So you got to take your jollies where you get it nowadays, don't you? I'm going to wind you guys around here. So, here we are again, and by the grace of God, we're safe, and of course we still have to listen to the evil road, but that's going to be a given, I guess. So, alrighty, I'm going to say bye-bye now, YouTubers.